Do you still not understand? Jesus' question to the disciples, do you still not understand, is what hung in the air as I listened to this gospel from Mark. It follows the disciples' concern about not bringing enough bread to eat, and then Jesus asking them a series of questions that struck me as good questions for each of us. Jesus asks, do you have eyes and not see? Do you have ears and not hear? He knows what they've seen and heard, and then leads them to remember what he's done to feed the giant crowds who are hungry. Jesus, the master teacher, is helping them to grow in trust in him. His questions allow them to recall how he not only miraculously fed 5,000 and 4,000 people, but there was more than enough food than they needed. This concern by the disciples for food, I think, is something we can all relate to, whether on a boat, a car ride, a camping trip, or somewhere else. We suddenly discover that we don't have enough food, and to make it worse, there's no short-term solution. But I also think this applies to non-food shortages, things like shortages with patience, with our family members or friends or coworkers, shortages with courage in the face of uncertainty, and many other virtues that we discover that we're lacking and wonder, what can we do? But all of us, we're celebrating this Mass like the disciples, are in the presence of God through his word in the readings, through the Eucharist that will be made present, and through his grace that is showering upon each of us right now. Sure, right now we might feel like the disciples. I'm sure we have concerns about things that we lack, material, physical, spiritual. But you know, Jesus is speaking to us right now, and he's asking each one of us if we have eyes and ears that have seen and heard his work in our lives. He's asking us to remember not only the teachings of the gospel, but also the moments when he has given us what we truly needed, perhaps to make it to Mass this day. Today's responsorial psalm says, "Blessed is the man whom you instruct." My brothers and sisters, we are all blessed by God's teaching. He wants to teach us every single day, and all we need to do is to show up like we have done today, to open our eyes and ears, and to let Jesus teach us what we need to know each day, so that we will grow in understanding of how to live with him in our families, and offering our lives as those precious first fruits, as St. James references in today's first reading. Lastly, Jesus also asks, are your hearts hardened? It's tough for the Boston accent to say that. That's another good reflection. What is the state of our hearts? Because sometimes, if we're honest, they do become hardened, but gradually, without us knowing it fully. But whatever the answers to Jesus' questions, this is the bottom line, and it is that he is the one who can nourish us in mind, body, and soul, if only we stay close and listen to him and watch for him. That's when we too can grow in understanding. May God bless you and your families this holy day, and let us stay close to the Lord, who feeds us every day of our lives.